Good evening,
Hello,
all
hello.
from AAD.
Yeah, welcome back to our live. So, what is today's topic, Nick? You are the. I should introduce you again for the newcomers or our new audience. So, who are you, Nick?
I am Nicholas Talbot, director and owner of AAD and also operator of specialising in restoration, cut and polishing, pencil touching, and also other major projects over 30-year period.
Okay, cool. So, I know that you have something to share with us today, especially for regular car owners. So, what would you like to talk about? Should I tell them the topic or you want to tell them?
Oh, you can mention the topic there, no problems.
Okay, so today we're going to talk about the what should you do or how should you clean your car if you spill petrol on your car?
All diesel.
Yeah, diesel or petrol because this happens all the time. Like people go to the gas station and then they fill their tank, and then you will have little bit of petrol. I mean, spill, especially near the fuel tank area.
Yeah. So
So
sometimes it overlaps the fuel because they think, oh, yeah, I'll fill it, and this, and it gushes all out and pours out through the spillage area. So it's the only way to go out because there's a little overflow area, but it can only take so much fuel if it exceeds the filling limit.
yep. So what I do is I don't know whether petrol is good for me or not. I think car paint should be fine. What do you think? Is petrol really bad for the car body, the paint
Yes,
especially?
it is.
Okay.
It's sort of like an acid, but it slowly will deteriorate the paint.
So it acts like acid. So I did a bit of research. So for car owners, so petrol is actually like a solvent. Solvent. So what is a solvent? Because it will dissolve. Solvent it will dissolve away the if your car you apply wax on it or some sealants or ceramic coating. It actually will dissolve over the period if you leave it on. And
It'll
or even
actually
also
chew, it'll actually eat away at the clear coat, and then you'll think, oh, why is it got this awfully stain mark, and why is my paint not matching the other paint? So it's actually, if you don't treat it over time, you'll actually see it starting to go yum, 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 eat away at the clear coat, and then start slowly eating away at the actual enamel or the paint.
okay. So even it says the information shows that it even can like attack the vinyl wraps and PPF if the
Yeah,
exposure is prolonged. So
yeah.
yeah, I had no idea petrol is actually really bad for the car paint
Mm.
until today. Yeah, because you contacted me like a few days ago. You said you want to talk about this topic.
It's a lot of
Is it because
people
something?
really don't understand. I think, oh, it's only a minor fuel spill. It won't attack my paintwork, but it will attack the paintwork. So, first step is always if you see fuel overlapping and onto, and it spills all down the side of the either your SUV or your sedan, and you think, oh, geez, I've got fuel all over my paint. Step one is put the lid on and then drown it in water. And if there's even a bit of soapy solution in the wash buckets, get some towels, dip some towels into the soapy solution, and with water, wash it off straight away. And that'll actually get rid of all the contaminants.
I think the biggest mistake people always make is when they have when they spill some petrol on the car body. So immediately they wipe it dry with the towel.
Yeah. And they think,
That
oh,
actually,
it's gone. But
yeah, that
no, it's not
actually is
gone.
a
It's actually
bad,
still,
yeah.
there's still fine residue, even if you wipe it with a dry towel.
So you still have to rinse it with the water or soapy water,
Yeah.
and then dry it with a microfiber towel.
Yeah.
Because if you wipe it with any towel, or if you don't have a microfiber towel, you actually, when you're wiping it dry, you're actually spreading the petrol over a
Yeah.
larger area.
Hmm.
And then um, when you wipe it, any dust that already on the car paint will become abrasive. So
Yeah.
actually, when you dry wiping the anything on your car body, the car paint, it actually can create swirl marks.
Mm.
That's why usually people don't do dry wiping. They spray with water, then only they do wipes. But this in this case, because you spill the petrol on the car body, and petrol
Hmm.
itself is already a solvent, you need to minimize the contact area. But if you wipe it dry, you will make the petrol actually spread over a larger area. That is not good. So first thing, like
Yeah.
what Nick said is now, rinse it with water. Usually at the gas station, you have a bucket of water or soapy water. Just
Yep.
rinse it. Then only you dry it with um towel, or the best is microfiber towel.
Or even
So
some fine little soft cloths that are at the fuel station. Normally, there's very fine tissues, which is okay because it's almost like a microfiber towel. It's fine and gentle.
okay, I don't see that kind of towel. I mean, is it depends on what type of I mean what which gas station it is in New
Yeah,
Zealand. I know maybe it's places like BP, but I don't think I can see that at GAO or NPD.
no.
Yeah, those
You'll
type
normally
of
see it at the European stations like
I
BP.
think maybe those gas stations with staff working in it, that
Yeah,
they have those kind of cafe. I know they're selling stuff. You have staff working inside there. But if you go
yeah,
to those gas station, there's without any staff, you do it all by yourself.
yeah.
Maybe I don't think you see any soapy water or something. But the best
No,
thing, maybe maybe the best way to do it if you at those kind of staffless gas station is you rinse it with your own drinking water.
yeah,
I'm sure you have some a bottle of water in the car. Just rinse it, and then try to dry it. I mean, after this step two, we're now talking about a correct process of cleaning the petrol away from your car body. So usually when you go to like gas station, you spill some petrol. So the first step is to rinse the petrol away with plenty of water, then dry it with a towel. The second step is better to wash with a pH neutral shampoo.
yep,
This is to further clean away the residue that is still on the
yeah,
car body. Yeah. And then after you wash with the pH neutral shampoo, rinse again. Of course, you have to rinse the shampoo away. You can't leave the shampoo on. And then
or
you rinse
even
again.
wash it. Wash it with some pH neutral car wash. Gently, just fresh bucket of water, bit of solution in the bucket, nice little microfiber wash towel, and then just clean the area and then rinse it down with the household hose. And then you think, oh, yep, it's all good. I'll dry it off with either a microfiber towel or a synthetic chamois.
Okay, yeah. So wash it with pH neutral, rinse again, rinse the shampoo away, dry it with the microfiber towel again. Then for those cars that you already have wax or sealant or ceramic coating or topper, I think you need to restore your protection because
Yeah.
the solvent, the petrol might have already maybe dissolved away or attack the coating, the wax. So
Yeah.
after you've washed off everything, you have to reapply to that area again. The place that you think there was this petrol on it.
And
Yeah.
also, another thing over many years ago, also LPG can, if you don't correctly use the release terminal valve, it'll actually spray out cold icy contact, which actually freezes the clear coat. And if you don't actually properly resolve it with warm water, it'll also deteriorate your clear coat, your paintwork. LPG is, it's almost, how can I explain it? A highly flammable liquid where it's actually, when it goes
Mhm.
into the tank, it's very cold. And then as soon as it hits a certain area in the chamber, it turns to liquid. If you've noticed that.
Okay.
Some vehicles around the area still run on LPG, but there is rarely, I've hardly any automotive vehicles that have been running on LPG lately.
I don't think I've ever seen those kind of vehicle before.
I actually have a LPG ute that is sitting in my garage.
I mean, do people still using that kind of vehicle or is not?
Yeah, especially down to
Okay.
Taranaki. It's very efficient and very cheap, but it doesn't last long. It's very fast burning.
Yep. So so that is the last step of the cleaning process, right? So you reapply the protection to your car paint.
Yep.
Okay, so what happened if we left the petrol dry on the car body? What will happen? I mean, I've done enough damage to my car. I didn't know about this until today. I actually need to wash off the petrol.
Well, actually, it's crystallizing.
So, I think yes, petrol can damage not only wax, sealant, and also ceramic coating.
Yeah.
Is it? Yeah, because
Yeah.
if you leave it on a ceramic coating, I mean, yeah, it can. It is a temporary barrier, but if you leave it there long enough, it can still attack and then penetrate
Yeah.
ceramic coating. That's
Yep.
why. Do you think we need to reapply a ceramic coating if we got some, if we have the petrol dries on or
If
spill
you've
on?
left it for so many weeks, you will need to reapply, yes. Because you'll actually, one way of testing it is to see if it's still beading or the other effect of beading, like crystallization, like it flows straight off. Like in ceramic coating, you've got beading and you've got sheeting. If it is still sheeting, means the ceramic coating is still actually in the clear coat, means it hasn't fully attacked the base product.
So just do a water test, see whether it's still
Yeah,
beading
water
or
test,
sheeting. Depends
yes.
on the type of ceramic coating you apply. Yeah, some ceramic
Yeah,
coating you have water beading effects. Some
yeah,
ceramic
yes.
coating or graphene coating you have water sheeting is effect. It depends on which type of coating you have. So don't panic if you overspill or spill some petrol on your car. Immediately rinse the petrol off with a lot of water. If you can find water from the gas station or a bottle of water from inside of your car, then wipe it dry. The best is with
Or
microfiber
if
towel.
it's sorry, but then, or even if it's a full service station, get some of the soapy solution out of the little wash buckets, and that'll actually treat the chemical and lift the chemical residue. But then also get the water bucket and also wash it off. So you think, right, it's all decontaminated and it's good to go. But always thoroughly check it when you get home to make sure that there's no more fuel contamination on the paint.
Okay,
Even
so yeah,
even a nice warm soapy wash to make sure that it's thoroughly cleaned.
yeah. So you can find that. I mean, is that the water that people use to wash their windscreen?
Yeah, yeah, windscreen solution. It's a very good solution for cleaning fuel spills,
I think
especially
maybe that's why
with
they prepare.
a full service fuel station that has towels, washing solution for your windscreen to clean your windows, but also it's a good backup solution if you spill fuel on your paint.
Okay, but yeah, if you go to a full gas service station, like if you go to those like staffless gas station, then just immediately get a bottle of water or to rinse it and then dry with the towel.
Yeah,
Yeah, and then when you go back home and then wash it again with the pH or neutral shampoo or suitable shampoo, rinse
yep,
it, dry it again, and reapply anything that you got on your car like wax or sealant. And if your car is ceramic coated, do a water test and see whether it's still beading or sheeting.
that's correct. Yep,
Then from there, then whether you're thinking of maybe reapply or something if it's too bad. But usually if you rinse it off immediately, it won't like kill the ceramic coating very fast because ceramic coating is actually still a bit resistant, and unless you leave the solvent or the petrol on it for too long and it dries. Yeah, dries and then attack again when it got water. So right.
also, another quick car quiz, people, for people that don't realise this. Never put boiling water onto your paint
Why not? I didn't know about that too. Because
because,
in winter, we have those kind of windscreen or windows with the icy thing.
yeah,
And people they usually take the hot water or boiling water and try to melt off the ice.
it'll actually shatter your window and it also will attack your ceramic
Car paint.
coating, your wax. It'll actually totally dissolve it.
So the hot water is actually not good for ceramic coating and
No,
wax.
my
Oh,
recommendations is get a get a bottle of warm water, and then when you think the temperature is right in either a milk bottle, pour lovely warm water, and then just gently agitate the windscreen so you can actually see it dissolve in the ice, and it won't affect any other part of the car, but it'll put the window back into a nice clear screen.
mm. And I do some research. Wax is much more sensitive to heat. So if your warm water, like what Nick says, warm water that is between 30 degrees to 40 degrees is actually safe to be put on the car or pour on the car, warm water, like what Nick says, to melt off the ice, to maybe rinse off or wash something. But if you putting hot water, how hot is considered hot? From the tap water, hot tap water is above 40 degrees
Yeah.
to 60, like above 40 degrees, that is considered hot. So, and when you pour the hot water onto the car, it won't instantly remove the wax. But if you do it repeatedly over it again and again, it actually will weaken and then slowly wash off the wax. So ceramic coating should be still fine if it's professionally applied. I think
Yeah.
hot water, but I mean Nick was trying to say wax that is a bit sensitive to hot water. If you
Mm-hmm.
pour hot water onto the car, it actually will like um destroy the wax on it.
Yeah.
Yep. So okay. Anything else, Nick, you want to talk about other than the fuel and the
And
hot water?
during during the winter seasons, to maintain your, especially if you're in minus figures and you have snow and ice that forms on your car, anything in like below -1, even -10 degrees, like over in England, they'll have ice and that. And the solution is warm water, like 20 degrees or below 20 degrees, but it'll actually slowly get rid of the heavy ice, or even you can go to a special automotive store which has a little, almost like a snow plow, which you can gently remove the snow from your vehicle.
I think in early in the morning, people won't have time to go to the professional detailing shop. I think not. I don't think you're in a hurry. Even the regular or room temperature water should be fine to melt off the ice. I think if
Yeah,
you don't have
as
enough
long
time
as you
to.
don't have severe
Yeah,
hot, because
yeah.
some factors you think, oh, it's cleared it up, but down the road you notice a crack starting to form in your windscreen, and you think, oh, how'd that happen? That could have been due to the hot water and the coldness.
Okay, so that's the car care tips for our audience, car owners or detailers today. How to maintain your car if you spill petrol, and what not to do, like you what not don't use hot water on the car if possible. Yep. So anything else you want to share, Nick, for today?
Uh, just maintaining your vehicle during the winter seasons. If it's garaged or not garaged, if it's not garaged, you can always buy a very special automotive blanket, which actually keeps the vehicle to its optimal care. And then as soon as you hop into it first in the morning, you'll roll it up or remove it and then put it to a special area. So all the ice and snow will actually defrost, and then you can put it on the next night if it sits outside, especially in the minus
Blanket.
figures.
Blanket. You mean those that can wrap around the car? Is it?
Yeah,
I think a minus shouldn't be in the North Island. You have some minuses
mostly
living
the
in
South
South
Island.
Island. Yeah, or
So some
other
of the
any other
North Island
countries.
you will have minus, especially Taupo, uh, outer areas of Rotorua. You can actually get heavy frost and etc. And up in some of the hill areas of Rotorua, you can get into minus figures.
So talking about the car care during winter season, I think a lot of people is also having this kind of mold mold issue growing inside the car.
Yeah.
So how do we avoid that?
Put the vehicle in a special thermal blanket.
I mean, if you're in the garage, I mean, if I don't have budget,
Garage, yep. But
I mean,
always I leave my windows down slightly bit so it doesn't form condensation, or a lot of these modern vehicles will actually have a anti inhibitor will actually control the cabin even when it's off. It'll actually have a self-reckoning system which will say, oh, there's moisture starting to kick in. It'll actually turn itself on and regulate warm air to stop cabin moisture forming.
even is even the car is off.
Yeah, it's got a self-propelled battery, but that's very
Ah,
we're getting very high tech now.
okay. Yeah, I mean, if you got a little device, even if your car is not equipped with that kind of technology, you still can buy a little device that is
Yeah,
inside the car and then do this type of, auto regulates dryness,
yeah,
I think moisture, those kind of things. Mm. And also, I think if you leave, you were saying that don't leave any condensation inside the vehicle. If you want to let the vehicle dry, maybe leave the windows a bit open to
yeah,
air out if you're
yeah,
in the garage, if your car is in the garage. But what
yeah.
happens if I don't have a garage? I have to park my car just outside on the street. I think on the street should be fine because if it's sunny, your car will dry out.
But if you start like early hours of the morning, say you got a shift start 4 a.m. and you're up at 3 a.m. and you walk out to the street and just like, oh no, the car's covered in ice. Rule
I
number
think we have
one
a lot
is
of
get yourself
yeah,
prepped for the morning and make sure that you have a warm bottle of water available.
yeah. I mean, in winter, if you want to melt the icy windscreen, for the mold issue, I think if your car is outdoor, should be fine because you get the sunny. A lot of our customers who were having or maybe will be having the mold issue is because they store their car in the garage and
Yeah,
their car were wet or moist. That's why they have the mold growing inside the car. But if you park outside, if with the sunny, with the sun like heating up the interior, it shouldn't have any issue. But it
yeah,
usually happens to those the moldy car. It usually happen to those people that store their car in the garage, no sun, and then a bit cold, and then yeah,
yeah,
moist. That's why they got the moldy interior. So
yeah,
in this winter season. So if your car is outside, should be fine because you got sun. But if you store your car in the garage, try to leave the window with a little bit of gap so that you can dry the
just a
interior,
little bit,
can
like
air out.
right there.
Yeah,
That's
or
something that
any,
should have.
yeah, inside the your house area with the, yeah, just open the little bit of gap for it to air out if you can. Yep. Okay, I think that's it for tonight. The car care tips for people if you overspill the petrol and also during winter, what should you do for your cars? Okay, thank you very much for joining us. If you're watching this later replay, any question, just feel free to um, PM us or email us. We'll always happy to reply. Okay, that's it for tonight. Thank you, Nick.
Thank you all. Cheers.
Bye.
Bye bye.